December always brings about the immense fear around performance reviews. Most environments try to squeeze these in before the end of the year, so you may be experiencing this right now. And if you're anything like the majority of my clients, when they find out that they're going into a performance review, whether they're the supervisor or the direct report, the anxiety skyrockets. We don't want that. Performance reviews are supposed to be about you. They're supposed to be about setting you up for success. They're supposed to be about giving you the evaluation to help you know how you're doing. That's positive, that's healthy, but we don't always get that from these performance reviews. So there's a couple of things that I want you to do that's going to help prepare you to have a better experience during that dialogue with your supervisor. The first thing and the most important thing is to carve out time to prepare. Right? I mean, most of us think we can just walk in and have that conversation without putting our brain power into it beforehand. And that doesn't set us up for success. That doesn't give us an opportunity to kind of present the best side of ourselves. So put some time on your calendar. Make sure that you're giving yourself the space to actually think this through. And while you are preparing, while you are proactively thinking about this dialogue, there's a few components that I want you considering. Now, if you have a template that your organization uses, use that, right? Like go through that, plan your answers to that, jot down information, do all of that, right? But if you don't, which most companies tend not to have a super formal structure around it, there are a few things that you know you can incorporate into this preparation time. First thing I want you thinking about, 2 things that you did this past year that you are super, super proud of, right? The 2 things that you knocked out of the park, the 2 things that you did that you want others to be aware of and you want others to know. And it can be behavioral, right? It can be something that you've been working on in terms of interacting with others or how you show up, or it can be performance oriented. Both of those are super valid in what you are proud of in terms of success from this past year. The second thing I want you thinking about is 2 things that didn't go as planned, right? Maybe a project that ended up falling through or an effort that you put out that didn't result in the outcome that you were looking for. Those things are really important to be able to acknowledge, right? That you saw those, that you get it. But the key is I also want you thinking about what you are doing about that. So it might be what you're doing to correct the situation, or it might be how you're taking that experience and learning from it and applying it into your future. That's really important. The third thing that I want you thinking about are what questions you have for your boss, right? So you're sitting down and your goal is to solicit feedback. What questions do you have for them? What do you want to know? Whether it be about your performance, whether it be about your efforts and how they align to the overall vision of the organization, you want to be able to ask those questions to solicit the information that you need, and this is your opportunity. Then I want you thinking about what you actually need from your supervisor, right? It might be resources, it might be direction, it might be more time. I've got a client who's just asked for a weekly meeting with her supervisor. She's relatively new in a role and she needs higher direction and she needs it on a more consistent basis. And this is going to give her the opportunity to be successful with it. If you need it, you have to ask for it. Most of the time, they don't even realize. This gives you the opportunity to champion for yourself. Then I want you thinking about what you want to focus on next year. This is the last key piece to these performance reviews. So you're reflecting, you're thinking about your past, and now you're thinking about your future. I'm not saying that whatever you identify is what is going to be allowed to be focused on and what your boss will agree to. But if you walk in there without any idea of what you want next year to look like, well, you know you're not going to get to where you want to go. You have to be able to walk in there and champion for yourself. You have to be able to walk in there and think about, what do I want to achieve next year? And what aligns with the organization? And what's going to help us get to where we want to be? And how am I going to help us get there? So I want you thinking about these things as you prepare for your performance review, right? I want you thinking about 2 things that you are so proud of and how you want to communicate that and how you want to share that. I want you thinking about 2 things that didn't go as planned and what you're learning from that or what you're doing about it, right? And then I want you thinking about what questions you have for your boss that you can solicit the feedback that you need to be successful. Then I want you thinking about actually what you need from your boss, how they can help you be successful. And then last but not least, making sure that you're thinking about your future, what you need, what you're looking for, how you believe you can best support the goals of the organization and support you in your self-development. Performance reviews can be super scary, but they don't have to be. And it's up to you to put the effort in to make sure that you're preparing in order to walk into that dialogue with confidence, with the information that you need, and prepared to actually set yourself up for success in the future. If we can help you at all, we love helping people prepare for these difficult conversations. Don't hesitate to reach out. We're always here to support you.